Hey guys, Rick Silva with Ask Rick Silva on YouTube. Gonna give you a quick video on how to actually use a cutter and cut a cigar. Cheapo cigars. I'm not gonna cut a really expensive cigar in this video, actually multiple cigars. But first thing I want to do is talk to you a little bit about different types of cutters. There's one cutter there. There's another cutter there. There's another cutter. I prefer the Cigar. That's the one that I normally use. Now, let me first show you how not to cut a cigar. So when you look at the cigar, what we're trying to do is there's a cap on the cigar right there, right around the edge of the cigar. All we want to do is split the cap. We don't want to cut the cap off. If we cut the cap off, then the cigar is going to unwind. We don't want that. So what we want to do is we want to split the cap. This is how not to cut a cigar. You just stick it in there. A lot of people just stick the cigar in. And what they've done, they cut a ton of the cigar off. They actually cut the entire cap off, and that leads to a risk of the cigar becoming unwound. So let me show you how to actually, the real way to use a cigar cutter. This is the way it's supposed to do. Now I have to grab the camera and I have to aim it down. So hold on with me. I'm going to aim it at the table so you can see. Here's the cigar. Here's the cutter. This is how you're technically supposed to use a cutter and truly cut a cigar. It's the thickness of the cutter is about half the thickness of the cap on most cigars. So if you set the cutter down on the table just like that, and you put your cigar in it just like that. Okay, so we're going to set this cigar cutter down, put the cigar in. We're just going to grab it. All we're going to do is grab the cutter, we're going to snap it. That's it. Now what we've done is you have a perfectly split cap, perfectly split in half. You also had, in the first one, you had this big giant cut. Let me get this lined up with the camera, sorry. And your cigar was squared off and you cut the cap off. If you notice this cigar, if you look at it really closely, it's still tapered all the way around. It's gonna be more comfortable in your mouth. It's gonna feel better. Where this first one that we did, it's squared off. And this is the one we just did where we set it on the table. Let's show it to you one more time. Take the cutter, set it down, set the cigar in it, and then you're not. The other thing about cigar cutters, actually, I'll show you in a second. You want to snap it more than you just want to pull it, because it actually tear the tobacco and can cause the cigar to rip. So we want to take it, we want to do our best to snap it. And there's a perfectly split, again, perfectly split cap. There you go. One other way, if you don't want to set it on the table, I got one more cigar. These are really cheap cigars, by the way. I'm just using these as an example. If you want to hold the cigar, let me lift the camera up a little bit. If you want to do it by holding it, I hold the cutter in the palm of my hand like this, to get a good snap. We want a good snap. A lot of people, when they're cutting cigars, in fact, I'll just take one of these and I'll recut it. And they take the cutter and they put it in here like this, and they go really slow. You hear it tearing? And it actually did what I expected it to do. See this piece? We want to try to snap it if possible. Now that still could happen even if we do it quicker, but the chances of it tearing, it's not as great if we snap it. So we want to take the cigar, and we're not running it through like this. We want to look at it, and we want to look how deep the cap is. Some cigars, the cap's laying on top. Some of the cap comes down. This one's coming down right to here. I want to split the cap in half. So I'm going to take it. Trying to get a good angle for you. We're going to go in, and I'm looking at the blades. I'm not looking at the end of the cutter. I'm looking at the blades inside. I'm going to get it right about there. And I'm not going to go slow. I'm going to pop it. I'm going to snap it. That's how we're going to do it. I'm going to do it one more time to show you. Now I'm not splitting the cap obviously because I just did, but I want you to see I'm holding it. I've got a pistol grip on the cutter. I have pressure on it now, and I'm not going to slowly squeeze. I'm going to snap it just like that. I'm going to snap it. Okay. I hope you cameras all over the place. I hope you enjoyed the video. That is how to cut a cigar. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, please subscribe to my channel. Give me a like. I got a lot more meat smoking and cigar smoking videos coming your way. Thanks a lot. See you soon. Bye-bye.